All right, man. Let's get into this obvious this conversation that everyone's been
Ooh,
talking about, and that is um Kendrick Lamar's performance at the Super Bowl. So I wanna we wanted to talk about this, and I know everyone has given their own opinions. Even
mm-hmm.
Dub and Nisha had talked about it as well on their channel. So make sure you go subscribe to the
Absolutely,
Dub and Nisha channel as well.
absolutely.
But
Appreciate you.
I think me personally, and we can go back and forth on this. Me
Mm-hmm.
personally, I'm gonna just say I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I thought it was entertaining. I like the message and the imagery, and I've always said that about Kendrick's performances. This is nothing new.
yeah,
Times he performed at the Grammys and BET Awards and all this other stuff. He always does the imagery
mm-hmm.
and the state of the culture and what he wants to push out. I appreciate that.
Right.
Granted, I also know that not everybody's going to understand it. Not everybody's going to get the message. There's some people that are not trying to get the message. There's some people that get the message but feel like it was an inappropriate time to say what he was saying. And this is not the first time they've said this about Kendrick's performances. People be like, "Oh, it's too
Black.
it's too think piece or maybe too black, whatever the case." And that's people's entitled to their opinions. But me,
Absolutely.
personally, I enjoyed it. It was great to see just the ideas that he was trying to play with. I like the literal play with Samuel being Uncle Sam and
Yeah, I
telling
like that.
Kendrick to what
Chill out.
he should do and how he should move. I like the whole idea of them being in this the street area, everybody hopping out the GNX, the background dancers that had the red, white, and blue on, everyone being of color. Like I like the message, I like the imagery, and shout out once again to my homie Dom, man. He was posting some pictures and other videos of him.
That's tough.
At the performance, and I think that's also dope to have all these different dancers from different backgrounds being a part of the show. But me personally, I know some people is like, oh man, he shouldn't have played the diss track. He shouldn't have played Not Like Us, and had their opinions on it. And I'm gonna give it to you to, let them know how you feel about it. Me personally, you knew what was gonna happen.
And wasn't Trump there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe so.
I didn't see him.
I believe he was there, but I was like, you knew this was gonna happen. You knew this was the song. I mean, to be honest, this is the song that got him the Super Bowl play.
Yeah.
Deadass.
Yeah.
It was the biggest song last year. You knew this was gonna happen, and I didn't know he was gonna actually say his name and look at him right in the camera, say Drake. It's a meme now.
Yeah, it is.
But it all goes back to the thing that we've said before. And this is coming from people that are fans of Drake, and I have been fans of Drake. I'm also a fan of Kendrick too. You can be a fan of both artists. This comes back to when he was initially starting this up with Kendrick, and he had that energy of nah, don't go away. I want the smoke. He ended up getting the smoke, and it's unfortunate, but this is what happens in rap beef. And it's one of those things where when you ask for that type of energy,
you
get it back. It may not be the way you want to get the energy back, but that's what happens. It's really unfortunate. And, it's just one of those cautionary tales where I feel like sometimes you don't want to underestimate your opponent, because when you do that, even on your high status, anybody can be knocked off their pedestal.
Absolutely, bro.
So me personally, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the performance. I thought it was pretty dope. What about you?
Nah, I feel like it was dope, man. I will say that it was a performance that you could tell it wasn't about the songs. It was more about the message that he was trying to portray and get across. I will say that, that was a very Kendrick thing to do when it came to his performance, and how the choreography was with the symbolisms. It was a lot of things that you could have broke down and kind of went back and kind of seen over and over and over and just saw like the hidden messages in between it. So to me, it was a dope performance. I had fun with it, and I think it was dope. He did what he needed to do, and he showed up and showed out. And again, what I will say though is, and I guess I pose it as a question: do you guys think it was? I will say I really wanted more of Kendrick's hits that made me rock with Kendrick. Like that got me into Kendrick's music. I wish
Mm-hmm.
the beef wasn't geared around it, if that makes sense. Like I wish it wasn't pertained to Drake or anyone else or the subliminals of Serena being in it or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish it was like Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only critique that I could say. You know, like certain songs that we grew up, you know, just listening to and just kind of riding. Like to me having the Good Kid, Mad City van out there, you know, with the GNX, maybe from the van to the GNX or the van in the G. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like just more of Kendrick's. You know, what made you start vibing with him from the start. I wish it didn't have the stigma of the Drake thing behind it, because you're always gonna attach Drake to it, right?
Oh, for
Like
sure.
you're always gonna attach the beef to it. Like it just to me takes away from his greatness on what we could have given him his flowers just for his
Mm-hmm.
catalog, because now it's gonna always have that argument of this was the only reason why I got popular was because the beef with Drake and whoop to whoop. Like I really wish he would have been able to go out there and turn up and not need none of the Drake references, just to show people how big and important he is as an artist. That's what I'll say. Because when you look at things later on down the line, like look how we go back and look at the Michael Jackson performance, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you see how you wasn't thinking like, oh, Mike did this song because him and Prince
Mm-hmm.
was, you know what I'm saying? Like you see his performance and you take it in for what it was, and him being the true artist that he was. It wasn't nothing attached to it but his greatness.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's what
No,
I'll say.
no,
Yeah,
fam.
Money Trees, like some of them songs, you know what I'm saying? Like
No, that's a fair point. And granted, he did play a few of them, but most of them was off of GNX, which GNX I still listen to. It's a fire album
oh, for
or
sure.
mixtape, whatever you want to call it. But I actually want to post up this article, so I'm about to set up the screen share again,
All right, but
talking about the actual numbers. So let me go ahead and pull this up.
I just let
And
Twitter know we was on, or X, whatever you want to call it.
all right, man, it's up right now. And the way this article starts is kind of wild, bro. And we can spin off into this topic as well about how these other companies and brands are really starting to try to capitalize off this particular beef. So Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl's halftime show set a viewership record. It's not a minor accomplishment.
Really, Vulture? Really, fam? Really? Y'all
Make us big real quick. Just real quick.
like
So we can
it's
before we
not
get into
a minor accomplishment.
before we get into this, I want to make this point, and me and Dub was talking about this yesterday, I think, or the day before yesterday. How all these companies, these brands, they're playing heavily into this situation with Kendrick and Drake and the whole A minor and Not Like Us and all this other stuff. And I think this is probably the very first time I can think of where corporations, companies are playing into this beef of calling another man a
P
pig.
word, yeah.
That's wild. I don't think I've ever seen that in hip hop before. And that's when it starts to lose its cool factor, in my opinion, because now these other companies that don't give a damn about hip hop in any form or fashion or other brands are now all of a sudden just hopping on the trend to A minor, like you see in this article, or just, doing things to really kind of hop into this beef, this wave, because of what it is and who it involves. That's where I think it's kind of corny. That's where
It definitely gets corny, bro. Not to cut you off, bro, but and my bad, but it Vulture, that's the right name.
yeah,
that's the right name, because
definitely.
it just plays into what people feel like the machine trying to take Drake down. Like I honestly am like entertaining the conversations of a machine really trying to destroy Drake. And I mean, I'm not talking about in a way that people have been, discussing and beefing before, like, because we know he could have rapped back in order to kind of let all this go away. But it do feel like there is a machine. If you can't see that, fam, what happened at the Grammys, it's just like, yeah, we could say Drake brought this upon himself, but it just kind of feel like a little too disrespectful for someone that carried the generation for the game for like over a decade. Like to me, it just does kind of feel like, all right, nah, it's getting a little OD. Like, and people are starting to, they put ties to it, the grant, like all these places that normally wouldn't even touch rap situations, like Apple Music putting out Not Like Us, Not Like Us over and over and over in a post when he helped roll out Apple Music. Drake, that is. So it's like, I don't know, it just feels kind of weird. It feels weird. You can give credit to Kendrick and also
for sure. Yeah,
admit
Kendrick definitely
that
did his thing.
But this does start to kind of feel kind of weird. It was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Let this have been Drake and Meek. That if that beef would have carried on a full year, going into like a Super Bowl is type performance, but I'd have been like, all right, bro, how many times will I want to hear back to back? Like, how many times are we gonna stand on? Like, eventually, I would have been like, bro, that's enough, fam. We got it. You won the beef. Now it would have felt like you were kind of using that to keep your career kind of going in a sense, right? Because for what would you need to keep dragging this on for that long? Now I get it in this situation because it's a Super Bowl and all that, and people want to hear it, but it do kind of start to feel like that, especially with all these corporations who never gave a damn about rap, making it a real thing to make a joke or to stand out about the Not Like Us situation. It just feels kind of weird, and I think we should be congratulating Kendrick, but also side-eyeing a lot of these, you know, corporations and companies, because y'all really ain't rocking with us like that. Y'all just capitalizing off of this beef.
Facts.
It's kind of strange.
For sure. So let's get into this article talking about the record numbers. So it's not a minor accomplishment. It's a major one. Kendrick Lamar holds the new record for the most watched Super Bowl halftime show performance in history. Fox has announced when he took the field from 8:30 to 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, an average of 133.5 million viewers didn't turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. Well, technically, they didn't turn the TV or the computer or the phone or whatever other streaming. Whoever wrote this, bro. All right, other streaming device off, because these numbers include viewership on digital platforms. Usher set the previous record with 129.3 million average viewers last year, which was a great performance. All told, it was a great Sunday for NFL. Super Bowl 59 was the most watched Super Bowl game ever, with an average of 127.7 million. That's because I'm wrestling.
Did you skip over that Roman numeral?
You said what? What are you talking about?
You said this Super Bowl.
I said 59.
Okay, all right.
Oh, he was reaching, y'all. He was trying me, bro.
I'm trying to make sure. I'm trying to make sure, bro.
I didn't skip over it.
I just really want to show people that you be knowing your numerals, man.
That's cold, bro. I can't believe he just did that. That's wild.
I felt like you said Super Bowl was the most watched.
No, okay, I definitely said it.
Anywho, I'm just trying to let y'all know my homie know how to.
That's cold, bro. Averaging 127.7 million viewers. If you know, you know. Total compared to 123.7 million in 2024. The peak of the telecast was 137.7. That's a lot of fucking people watching. Yeah. Average viewers during the second quarter of the game from 8 p.m. to 8:15. Obviously, a lot of people were waiting on the Kendrick's performance. Meanwhile, as of publication time, Lamar's halftime show has racked up more than 37 million views on YouTube. Do we think Drake lawyers are jotting all the stats down?
I feel like this is an article without context. That's it. Like, I can agree that people wanted to see it, but
yeah,
the opinion of it being something that y'all actually cared about versus it actually being something to the standard of, for example, they said it surpassed Michael Jackson's, right? And I'm like, bro, when you say that, you really say things with no context. Like, the numbers may have surpassed because you're streaming it on multiple channels. We live in a day and age in social media, so you're counting all the views from everywhere. If you're talking about Michael Jackson, who did something of a performance where no social media was in sight, then you have to be mindful of, like, okay, look at the title. It's a headline. It's trying to get us to click and trying to get us to argue, because they know people hate when people try to compare something that Michael did versus something that's happening now. So it was a good performance, but I don't think the views were because of people wanting to see the show in the sense of, oh my gosh, it's Kendrick. It was more, not being a hater, it's more in the line of, is he gonna play Not Like Us? Is this gonna be messy? What is he gonna do to drag Drake down? Like I said earlier, it was a mess thing. Like, people wanted to see the tea. That's really what that was.
Someone said Mike's performance was the first actual Super Bowl performance. Appreciate the bit. I like.
Yeah. What happened was, I think they talked about it. Like, Marlon actually talked about it, because in Living Color they said was taking a lot of the people, a lot of the Super Bowls. I forgot how you said it, and I'm paraphrasing here, but they would take a lot of their viewerships because it was coming on around the same time. So he said they start doing a Super Bowl performance by big artists to take the viewership away from In Living Color. Yeah, because they were, In Living Color was the one kicking the Super Bowl ratings down because people were going to tune in to In Living Color on Sunday.
And Lamar'S just said the same thing.
Yeah. So they start doing the Super Bowl halftime show to pretty much combat that in a way. So
you telling me a show was overpowering the ratings of the Super Bowl?
But it was In Living Color back in the day, bro. Like, it was one of them shows that you know, was crazy and major. The SNL before SNL,
for sure. So that's crazy. I didn't know that was main reason, which makes sense. And I mean, you have Michael Jackson. We've seen that performance. You know, just the intro of that on YouTube. You can go look on YouTube, and he just stood there. He just stood there, and aura was infinity.
Yeah.
If there's anybody that had infinite aura, it was him. And he had people screaming for minutes on end, and he didn't do nothing
but stand there.
Just stand there. His aura alone
over 9,000
had grown men, not just women, grown men. And we talking about men from back then.
Yeah.
Grown manly men that was watching football, and football at that time was all types of CTE and playing. Like, it was a different league, and they were losing their shit. So that, in comparison, it would have been crazy to put those numbers if social media was there back then. Oh, what?
Yeah,
what?
Bro.
It would have been ridiculous.
But that's why they put these kind of thumbnails and headlines. They try to make it an argument like, oh, it surpasses Michael's. That's when it'd be like,
well, that's a different time, because you're counting devices, you're counting smartphones, tablets, you're counting all these other forms of media that you can consume. Like, I'm sure a lot of people were just tuned in to watch the performance on their phone, and guess what? They posted it right on YouTube, and it
got more views,
millions of views, and it's trending right now.
You can bot that. You can bot that into views. You can. I'm not saying it, but I'm just saying there's so many ways and so many ways of a system. And they're doing that all to just slaughter, to me, someone's career. That's it. Like, it's a machine behind this, but I just feel like it's gonna kind of take away from Kendrick when we think about this 10 years from now, 15 years from now. When we look back at this performance, it's not gonna be him and his, like, catalog alone. It's gonna feel like this was a moment that got exploited. And
for example, I'm glad you brought that up. When Super Bowl came to Houston, I think it was the Patriots and the Eagles first time around, and Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake, they were performing. You want to know what everybody talks about that halftime performance? It's not because it was some great songs. They had a great catalog. You want to know what they was talking about? I'm gonna have you naked by the end of this titty. Boom. And I watched that. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah,
I remember that. And we went to school the next day. We was like, "Did y'all see?" Yep,
I sure did. Saw that.
That's
nip.
the only thing anyone ever remembers. They don't remember how great the performance was. They don't remember none of that. Only that.
Yeah.
And this will be one of those situations where, even though this was a great performance, I think when people look back on this, when kids grow up, they're gonna be remembering just the A minor, or the Stay Drake. Like, that's the only thing they're gonna remember for the most part of this. And that's just one of the the situations that we're in. And even then, when we found out, I didn't even know Janet Jackson had got blackballed for
bro.
because of that. And it wasn't even really her fault.
But that was the whole reason why people were mad, because it wasn't even necessarily her fault. He didn't
Yeah.
get any of the blame. He went on to soar in his career, and she pretty much she kind of got the bad end of the stick on that.
Yeah, bro. She got the horrible end of the stick
They
because of
did her
that
wrong, bro.
mistake. And that shit was, always messed up. But Janet is still a GOAT, a legend. So
Absolutely.
shout out to her. Shout out to Justin Timberlake. I know, that
He's
wasn't
going through a
something
lot
he was
right now, though.
Yeah, he is. But either way, man.
Let us know what y'all think, man.
Yeah, let us know how y'all felt about the performance. I enjoyed it personally. I think it was a good one. Kendrick doesn't miss, in my opinion, when it comes to his performances.
Absolutely.
And it's just one of those type of things where it is causing so much discourse. And I want to say this before we get into checking out some things, man. To all you guys out there, guys and girls too, I see it literally. I've been seeing it for over a year on my timeline on Twitter, and I just shake my head
Let them know,
because I don't engage in it. But guys, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to y'all.
Let them know, bro. Let them know.
I just want you to know it's just rap. You don't know these artists.
You don't.
They don't know you.
They don't.
It is not that serious to still be getting hella invested in this damn beef that's been going on for over a year. And you are just so enamored with why Drake he won, why Kendrick won, and anyone that listens and supports them, you're the op. Cut it out. Just cut it out. Because I'm telling you right now, when you go to your 9 to 5, you don't give a damn about Drake or Kendrick. You know what he gives a damn about you? Clocking in and doing your damn job. Instead of putting all that damn energy into a rap beef that I promise you is not bringing you no money. Wow. It's not bringing you any bread. It's not bringing you any chicks. It's not bringing you any guy. It's not making you reach this enlightenment in your life. It's not helping you get closer to God. It ain't doing nothing for you except adding some more Twitter likes to your profile, bro. Just chill. Because I've seen so many people defend these motherfuckers like they legit know them. We've had people sit up here and tell us, oh, you Drake fan. Oh, we know boom, 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 boom. Oh, you a Kendrick fan. Oh, you boom, 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 boom. How can you say you listen to this? How can you? I'm like, bro, we get paid to talk about our opinion. You just keep yapping for a whole year for free.
Hold on. One more time. You got to rewind that real quick, that last part.
We get paid for our opinion. Y'all sit here on Twitter for a whole year to yap for free? You paying
Let that sink in.
To sit up here and yap about the same topic for a whole year. I can get it when it's hype, when everybody was talking about it. I understand that. Oh, it's been a year, bro.
Yeah.
And you niggas is still over here talking about how much this nigga Drake lost, how much Kendrick won, or whatever the case might be. Flip the script. It's all cringe. Just I can't wait. If we never get another rap beef, I will be okay with it. The very last rap beef of all time in hip hop, I'm okay with it.
Facts.
Because some of y'all know how to wear and ruin a good rap beef because you guys are just ridiculously biased to motherfuckers that I know 10 times out of 10 you wouldn't say half the stuff you say to that person in person. We've lost supporters because of we listen to one artist over the other. That's all I wanted to say, man. I'm done with my rant. We can get into the rest of the vibes. I just had to get that off my chest because you motherfuckers, it's not even about touching grass. Because I think y'all touch grass, but you still have the phone in your hand. So it makes no difference.
The phone's in the way.
I think y'all go outside. Y'all have to pay some bills to pay Elon monthly for your verification check to say the same shit you said last year.
Yep. Amen.
I just think y'all get too invested, bro.
Yep.
Get invested in your life.
Yeah.
Please. And stop getting invested in these fucking rap beefs. Because guess what? These niggas is going to bed in their nice $1 million cribs and enjoying themselves.
Millions.
I promise you, they are not losing no sleep off of you meat riding another rapper. Pause. They don't give a fuck, bro.
On your way to your 9 to 5 that you don't like. And this is not a jab at anybody. This is just to say, it ain't. Let it go. Let it go, man. Get some help.
Ooh, please. Like Michael said, get some help. Oh, we got to talk about that too.
But hey, let us know in the comments down below what you guys think. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that one. We're going to clip this up into a video, man. So let us know in the comments your thoughts. And hopefully it's just a thought that can just be that. A thought. And keep on living and living your life, spreading love, being love, and keeping God first as usual. I love that what Ross just did right now. That needs to be a video on its own. But
it may be a video on its own, bro. Because I just
do the video and then do just the rant. The rant part needs to, because it's just so many people have been losing friendships over like, no, bro, you can't call nobody the P word. It's like, bro, like, yeah, I agree that might be harsh, but it's rap, it's battle rap. At the end of the day, I don't know him. Like, I can't get that invested. I can tell you my opinion and move on. That's it. Not in the clutch pipe bomb. But let us know what y'all think. Peace out. Spread love, be love. Till next time.
The bitch from Houston. If you got a problem, then we got the solutions. And there's no illusion. I made this shit happen, I'm living life lucid. I'm switching my strategies. Now they hate on me cause I'm causing casualties. So why are they after me? Deep inside they know they can't handle half of me.